All right, guys, the game is not even out yet, and my buddies are already trying to think of ways to manipulate it. Coasterzigner said in my video from yesterday, which I hadn't even thought of, he's like, dude, even if they don't give us actual parades, which we're not advocating that they don't, like, we really want to see actual functioning frontier working parades. But he's like, with this new tool that they showed with the mirroring, and you know how now we're going to be able to actually attach scenery pieces, even animated pieces, to rides. Basically, what he was saying is, what would stop us now from attaching scenery pieces to track rides? And so that's kind of what I did here. Of course, you know, with Planet Coaster 1, this isn't possible because as soon as you were to hit the play button on this, you know, these cars would leave the scenery behind. But who's to say, like, we won't be able to take some of these different track rides that we're going to be getting, which we assume would be car rides like this, like the Santa, like the Christmas sleigh rides. Who is to say we won't be able to attach scenery to those and essentially mock a parade setup? Do your little route. We know that the path is not going to have any, you know, there shouldn't be any path restrictions as far as this stuff not being able to drive over the path or needing a mod. Like, I think basically from what we saw yesterday, you can kind of throw that out the window. Like, paths are not going to be an issue. But yeah, I just thought that was a very neat take, very outside of the box thinking. If we don't actually get parade routes or some kind of parade editor. And I think that, you know, as far as, yes, a lot of people talked about, you know, the need for water parks, but wouldn't you guys argue that a very, very close second would be people on the forums, on Twitter, on Instagram, and YouTube comments? A lot of chatter almost always led back to parades in some form or the other. That's what really kind of, I think, stood out to me other than water parks. And we know not all theme parks have parades. You know, it's a lot of the larger ones, of course, Disney, Universal Studios, but a lot of those regional parks, you know, the smaller parks, a lot of those don't even have parades. Dollywood, they do parades, but it's only like maybe 4 or 5 times a year. They'll do parades like during the big holidays, big events, like Dolly is usually always there. They'll do an opening day parade for like season pass holders. They'll do a Christmas parade, and I think they might even do a Halloween, a Smoky Mountain Halloween parade, I believe. So, you know, but Disney and them, you're talking about every few hour event. Universal Studios, we think that's going to be a bigger part of Epic Universe, and you know, they're trying to implement more live entertainment and parades, and I think that would only help the kind of like the scope that Planet Coaster 2 is trying to go for. If parades are left out, I would see that as a huge missed opportunity. I just think that is on the forefront of so many people's minds that love theme parks and consume theme park content, attend theme parks. You know, it's just, parades are just one of those things that you like to see, and it is a big draw. Now, from the technical side of things, I don't know how tough that would be, like as far as programming goes, but it seems like as much as they have tackled between the last 8 years, which was not possible in Planet Coaster, that will be possible in its sequel, I would hope that something like parades is at least something that was looked at or is being looked into. Maybe, you know, videos like this may help that, to let them know that that is something that we're still very much interested in. And I just think it would be a wonderful addition to the game. And a couple people on some of the videos yesterday, and everybody did a great job. I don't usually go back and just watch a bunch of videos, but Jonty dropped his this morning. I loved Masked Bandit's enthusiasm, and you know, Masked is a very measured guy. Like, it is hard to get him excited for stuff. Like, he just does not, very mellow, very, okay, it is what it is, let's just see what happens. Even that guy was like, I've never heard him speak that fast before. I thought it was like one of my videos. He was very, very excited. And Ruble Trillions, a couple of those guys talked about how the parks and those couple of what they showed us yesterday just seemed so alive. And the word that I think it was either Ruble or Mast used was kinetic energy. There's so much more that appears to be going on in Planet Coaster 2 over Planet Coaster 1. Now, of course, when you use your little, let's see, they left the little thing behind. When you use these little bits of animated scenery, it can, you know, it can help. But if you just, okay, just look out into the park like now, there's not a lot going on other than the people walking in the background. So just things like the little balloons that we saw, and it just seemed a little more lively with Planet Coaster 2. And I just think that is what's really, really gonna set that game apart from kind of 1, just that energy. Like, there's always something going on at theme parks. But anyways, guys, just a goofy little video. Big shout out to Coasterzigner for pointing that out about, you know, we may be able to make real parades in Planet Coaster 2 with the scenery attached. And I always love seeing this coaster. My buddy Squid redesigned this coaster for me, and I love the way it interacts and goes underneath the bridge, like while the people are walking. That is just so cool, and not as smooth as what Planet Coaster 2 looked like yesterday. Now, this is pretty smooth, but not like yesterday. But anyways, guys, yes, are you concerned for parades at all? Is that like the farthest thing that you're worried about? Is there a bunch of other things you wish they need to implement and get right before we even start thinking about parades? Or is that something that, yes, you really, really need to happen? It's a part of your simulation experience. Just let us know down below. Keep this comment thread going and let me know. I am actually going to be gone for a couple days. We had a pre-planned cabin trip even before all of this stuff even went down. It was planned when I was still making Planet Coaster 2 speculation videos, and it's August now, so it's time for us to go to that. So I'll be there tonight, Friday night, Saturday night, come home on Sunday, but I still will be watching your guys' content. And, you know, as we relax at the cabin and getting some ideas together to come home on Sunday and maybe get us another video out. But I'm also off on Monday and Tuesday as well next week. So I'm not due back to work until next Wednesday. So there will be plenty of time for me to lurk around here by myself when everybody has to go back to work, and get some videos put together on my thoughts of yesterday. And hopefully Planet Coaster starts cranking out some information now that the gameplay has been revealed. But anyways, I digress, guys. Don't forget to smash the like button if you end up enjoying this video, and subscribe to keep up with all of this Planet Coaster 2 content. And yes, I will catch you guys probably towards the end of the weekend. See you guys.